Welcome to Beyond the Digital, darling.
A sneak peek behind the scenes at Beyond the Dawn.
Banter and all.
So get cozy, strap in, grab a brew, and enjoy.
Welcome.
Hi.
You literally took the word out
All
of my
right.
mouth. I went, what? You said it. I love it. Yeah, feel free. Go ahead. Take your moment, darling.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi.
Right.
All right. So on our last episode, we had our lovely friend Clivey here,
We
and it
did.
was pure filth.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Which it turns out our listeners actually really enjoy.
Yeah.
It was a hit, so that's fine. But I thought it would be good for us to talk today about a little article that I read in the New York Times News,
Mm-hmm.
which was about business owners being more fulfilled and that more and more women are actually turning to entrepreneurship.
Mm.
And I thought that was interesting for us to talk about. Because obviously this podcast is us chatting, and it's office chat, and it's all sorts of strange conversations.
It is, yeah.
But it is on the back of the fact that we are a marketing agency and that we do a lot of things and we have a lot of fingers in a lot of pies. So we have a lot of kind of cultural references to pull from. And I wondered what you guys think about that in terms of like women wanting to be business owners and wanting to be directors.
I feel like there's just been a massive shift, hasn't there? Like more people want freedom, whatever that freedom looks like to them.
Yeah.
That's what they want, whether it's like financial freedom or whatever. That's what they're craving.
Yeah, especially if their friend, they see the friend get their freedom,
Yeah.
they could see the life they could have if they took that route as well. So I feel like a lot of people are doing it because they've seen it happen and they've seen the positive effects from it.
They want more for themselves.
Yeah.
They don't just want the 9-to-5 hustle in the office, do they? They want that
Different lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah, they want that different lifestyle and that freedom and the flexibility to do whatever they want to do.
And because more people are doing it, like more often, more frequently, it's a possibility now. Like,
Yeah. More people are seeing that and thinking that's what I want for my life.
yeah, and I could get it if I do
I know
what
how
they've done.
to. I know how to get that.
I would be interested to find out how many female business owners stroke entrepreneurs believe truly that having your own business creates freedom. Because as we talk about this, I 100% agree with what you're saying, but I also can hear the faint sound of my business owner friends laughing in the background over trading 9 to 5 for 24/7.
But I think that's something people don't know until they're in it. But
Yes.
then when they're in it, they're in it and they're in it deep and they love it.
Yeah, but they're doing something that they love
late.
as well. They're not working for somebody else. They're not working to fill somebody else's wallet. They're working to fill their own.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing that I really do love about the shifts and changes that we've made, because we were never built to be the type of company that was going to skim off everybody else, and then there was never going to be a situation that I were driving around in a Porsche off the back of, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just not the way I would ever run a company.
No.
And a lot of people would say that's wrong and that's fine, but
Personal choice, isn't it?
personal choice.
You have the capacity to do that because it's your business.
Right. We walk into a car dealership and we ask for 3 Porsches, please, and that's
Yeah.
always going to be
Yeah.
in pink. Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
like, what is the point the idea is just for one person at the top of that pyramid to be living the life of Riley. In fact, if anything, and I'm not trying to make myself a martyr, but I think you guys can, attest to this. The benefits of being the person at the top, for lack of a better term, are not always the outweighing factor. Sometimes the shit hitting the fan, that's on me. And there's been a lot of times where there's been shit hitting the fan more than there's been benefits for being the person who the shit is thrown at. Do you know what I mean? For lack of a better term. So I think it's a strange one, because what they talked about in the article was about personal fulfillment. So I do think what you said about, you're doing something that you love. So I find working when we're in a really tricky time, or when we're in a really busy time, or if I've had to be flexible with my schedule and therefore I'm like doing different things, I do find it easier to jump into my work because I do love it.
Yeah.
If I worked for somebody else and I had something boring to do, like, I don't know, data entry, although I love a bit of data entry for us. As I'm saying that,
because it's for you, it's not for somebody else.
When it's for us or our clients, I dig it. But it's because I understand the importance of it. Like, for me, measurements and data, and even though I can't stand maths, but the formulas and the patterns that we're able to see through the math, that's sexy to me, because then I know what the answers are. And so many of our clients have been trying so hard to find answers that when we finally see, oh, it's that, that's the thing that's working for you, that's the thing that you need to triple down on, it's quite exciting. But yeah, if it's something boring, it was for somebody else, I think I would I do resent little bits of my business though. But I think I would resent it a lot more if it was for somebody else. But I am going to hold my hand up, because we tell the total truth on here. Yeah, because I'm never going to be the type of person who tries to sell the dream and say, like, you can have this business and it will be dead easy and all the rest of it. I think I also don't want to put anyone off, because it is one of the most beautiful things you can do to build the way you work around something that you love. But I do also think that there's another angle to this. And I read this amazing poem, and I wish I'd have saved it on my phone so that I could read it to you. I think if I went on Instagram, I wouldn't find it again.
No, probably not.
Which is a shame, because I'm sure it's come up twice for me this morning. But I've got a sneaky suspicion as soon as I need it, of course, it won't be there. But basically, the idea of this poem was about how he'd changed the way he wrote, and he basically says, I've fucked my business, but I've fucked the thing that gives me fulfillment and my love. And what I've done is I've bastardized my words in poetry for marketing, for content creation, for this, that, and the other. And I stopped worrying about creating for the sake of creating and getting it out of me because it needed to come out of me, and it was expression, and started attempting to fold something that was like energy releasing from my body into this marketable fucking box. And I do feel like that sometimes, because it's very easy to monetize your hobby and then lose your hobby. Because your hobby's not your hobby anymore, it's work.
It's your job.
Yeah. And I think sometimes as well, when we look at multi-potentialites and people that are interested in lots of different things, we don't necessarily feel that as deeply until we start making really good money off one. Because we can skip and do a little bit on everything, and it almost like stops that bastardization a little, because it's like, oh, it's okay that I made a bit of money off that painting, or it's okay that I made a bit of money off that podcast, or it's okay that because I don't have to do another podcast today, I can still go and do something else, and it still feels like you're hopping with things that you love, until somebody comes along and says, right, Dawn, I want you to do a podcast every single day, 8 hours a day every single day, and I'm going to give you 100 grand and blah blah blah. And then we go, oh god, man, that's a lot of money for something that I love, I'm going to have to go ahead and do that. And then you find yourself 3 weeks in going, what is my life?
Like, I don't want to do this anymore.
You've got on that hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Just like going round
Yeah.
and round and round.
And it's never happened, but then you can imagine it'd be like, oh, Dawn, we need to do a podcast. And I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what we've done before that I've had that feeling over, but sometimes I get the general feeling of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So not like one particular thing.
I don't think so, but I think we have been varied in the way that we've made money.
Very, yeah.
Secret insights again here, guys. There's not, I wouldn't say that we're unbalanced. We make income from all the corners of our pursuits. And what's nice about that is that they all tickety-boo over. And that means that they all have such a decent amount of focus from us that we do still get to skip about. But if somebody came along and offered us £6 million to own a podcast, like, what would we do?
That's it.
Variety is the spice of life.
I think so. And it's about fulfillment.
Yeah, because you get it in little snippets, don't you? When you've got everything. But if you've got just that one thing, it's the same day every day.
Yeah, it gets monotonous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like when our clients come in and they do 2 days of their like podcasting, like by the time they leave us, they are knackered.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
They come in and they are a sparkly, bright, energetic, bubbly, bouncy human. And we absolutely drain every inch of life force. I'm really selling this.
But we're honest about that though.
Yeah, because you're going to come and have 2 intensive days with us and get 3 to 6 months worth of content in one go. And then what you don't realise is that you spend 8 hours doing what would easily have been 40, 50, 60 hours. So if you're a business owner who charges £1,000 an hour and you come and you lose the opportunity to sell £8,000 that day or £16,000 over 2 days, whatever, but then you save yourself £54,000.
Yeah.
And people don't think of it that way. People don't look at it that way.
No.
But it's not just a case of, oh, I got a really good deal on the studio. I got a really good deal on them editing it. I got a really good deal on them doing the graphic design for it. I got a really good deal on them doing all of the description notes, uploading sound bites, all of the because we literally go, give us your voice and your ideas. We're like Ursula off the Little Mermaid. Like, give me your voice. And then we do everything else.
Yeah.
And unless they already know what they want, obviously, like the client gets what they want, but you don't have to. We will support you so fully that we can then take that and do everything. And people go, oh, I got a really good deal because it was under £2,000 to do that. Yeah, that's a good deal, but that's not the good deal.
No.
The good deal is you're actually within your company saving yourself somewhere in the region of about 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we're giving them that freedom.
It's mad. I don't know where that came from. What was I talking about? Fulfillment. Yeah. So they go away a dry husk of a human, and but then they've done.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It is. It really is. I think whenever we talk about being business owners, I always talk about the negative stuff.
I think people don't see that side though. A lot of people will hide that.
Yeah, so I feel like I've got an obligation to tell the truth.
Yeah. You want people to know the good and the bad, because otherwise everyone will face bad at some point. But if that's hidden, people go into it expecting like highs all the time. So when they get a low, it hits them more than what they would.
Go into it blind, can you?
I think that's what upsets me is when we've had clients before that have, for lack of a better term, been sold the dream. And I was sold the dream, but I came from a corporate background. So I was sold the dream, but I didn't necessarily buy into the dream. I know this sounds awful, and I don't mean this like, I don't mean to disparage anybody who hasn't come from a corporate background. That's not the intention of that statement. But if you have come from corporate, it's you do have an understanding of the professional outward and the real inward, because any office in any company, in any city, in any country has the outward perception, the way that, you know, one colleague talks to another colleague across departments and then the secret behind the scenes when you sat next to your desk mate and you have the real conversation. Do you know what I mean? It's it is a show. And within corporate, you have the outward customer facing, even if it is only other, like, you know, colleague facing. Yeah. You have that persona, and then you have the real. And then sadly, there's even another layer of that, because we unlock everything here for the public and in real life.
Yeah.
But when you're in corporate, you still can only unlock a little bit. You cannot, most of the time, cannot be completely honest, for instance, with your manager. You could not walk into a meeting and be like, Jeffrey's doing my fucking head in. If he keeps eating peanuts at his desk, I'm going to go around and, you know, murder somebody. You can't. You've still, even with your support network, got a thing about middle management. We'll talk about that another day, but your support network, right? Like, you still can't be completely honest. You can't be authentically yourself. It's still performative.
Yeah.
And this is why charismatic salespeople who can be charming and can do the subtle soft skills of people pleasing or people arranging or emotional manipulation and all of that within the corporate setting, they don't necessarily have to be good at their jobs, but they will always climb the fucking ladder. You'll always find one of those types that's got no fucking clue what's going on, that walks down the halls with the laptop open going, all right, Jeffrey, how's the kids, you know, and hasn't made a spreadsheet since 1962, could not turn a document into a PDF.
Yeah.
You know, got multiple assistants that's eating literal shit so that he can walk around in his freshly brand new, you know, Gucci shirts looking like the man. I went off on a tangent. Sorry.
Okay.
Every now and then the patriarchy just creeps in like a bad smell. But my point is, when you decide to go into business, if you've had to suffer the politics of corporate, you do look behind the veil a little bit. Like, you know, I remember watching a particular very, very famous, I would say influencer, but they would call themselves a coach. And she, you know, was jetting about the place, and she was, you know, going to all these fantastic places. And I think at the time it was kind of like Miami that was like the big hit, because I'm talking 2017, 2018 time. So Dubai seems to be the thing now. But back then it was, I'm fairly certain it was Miami that she was at. And, you know, it was all amazing, celebrity looking, beautiful dinners and, you know, these poolscapes with, you know, all the views and stuff up in the hills of whatever. I don't know. But it was just all very Hollywood, even though I don't think it was Hollywood. Like, it was all just very Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I remember looking and thinking, you could easily have Airbnb'd that house. Which, I've got to be honest with you, when we do content shoots, I think that's the reason why I went to Airbnb, because I remember thinking, oh, I know how they do this. I've seen this fakery before. Like, if you don't think that content creators are the new movie FX studios, then you're not understanding how this works. You're being sold a message. You're being sold a brand.
Yes.
You're being sold an experience, a feeling, a this, that, and the other. And it's crazy to me how many business owners don't know that. But then, of course, my business is marketing, so I've always been able to see when it's marketing.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with marketing. I sound like I'm dragging my own arena, but I'm not, because when it's authentic, if somebody comes to me and says, oh, Dawn, that picture of you on a yacht, what happened there, I can be like, yeah, well, that was a nice day out with my family. That again, I bastardized. I paid to be on that boat on a family holiday, and I bastardized it for a nice picture for Instagram for my business page.
Yeah.
And what you don't see is behind, you know, Bailey taking the picture, there's 50 odd other people. That weren't a private yacht. That was a booze cruise, love.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, like, I love creating the message. I love creating the beauty, the aesthetic, and the feeling. But if somebody comes to me, and they do a lot, don't they? Like, we had a big shoot in a castle in November. I don't own a castle.
That was a good time.
That was a good time. Yeah. But like, no one.
No, like, you don't own it.
No.
But you found it.
I wish we did.
Yeah. I wish we did.
I remember there was a competition with this really nice lady who's a photographer, and the winner would get a photo shoot at a small airport. And the idea is that you did whatever it is she wanted you to do. And she'd pick somebody out of a hat, and then whoever won it, you would go with a stylist, and they'd let you borrow clothes, and then you go into this airport and you'd stand in front of a private jet, and the photo shoot was you in front of a private jet. And this photographer, she's a lovely lady, and her work is beautiful. Yeah. So I understand why people wanted to work with her, but the draw wasn't working with her, and I thought that's really strange. The draw was trying to deceive your friends and family and your potential clients that you could afford the £35,000 per trip for a private jet.
Yeah, it's like seeing the trick behind the magician, isn't it?
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. And like, I don't think that bit, when you're not honest about it, I think it's totally fine when you are honest about it and you have fun with it.
Yeah.
But I think when you're not honest about it, that's not fulfilling.
No.
It's deceiving, isn't it?
Yeah, it's deception. And marketing shouldn't be deception.
No.
There is a fine line, and I do get it. But marketing should be, yes, it's a turd, but look how shiny we made it. Not, what do you mean it's a turd? It's yellow, it's a banana. Prove to me it's a turd, it's yellow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like, they're turning to small business for fulfillment, but are they getting it? So you might be struggling to navigate the chaos of divorce, and if you are and you've listened to any of our episodes recently, you'll know that you're not alone. I'm really lucky that I have had the support of Lindsay Hall in my network. She's a divorce coach, and she's based here in the UK, which is fabulous. And basically, she's dedicated to helping you reclaim your life. Together, the community that Lindsay has created really helps turn overwhelm into more of a clarity, and to help you take control of your next chapter with confidence and, dare I even say, grace. Now, for all of us, it's different. Maybe you need emotional support, practical advice, legal advice, or just somebody who really truly understands it. I find that Lindsay's content and her advice, it's just so much different to some of the friends and family that we have that just maybe can't fully understand what it's like in a time like this. Big shout out to Lindsay Hall. Check out our show notes and our group description for getting in touch, because she's a really good resource and she can just help in a way that so many others around us sometimes can't.
Not everybody will be.
No,
it felt like a mic drop moment.
It is. Sorry, I was swallowing my coffee.
It were a coffee swallow moment.
Yeah, but it's very individual as well, isn't it?
That's a really good point. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. What makes you feel fulfilled? Or this is a good exercise for me. What would make you feel more fulfilled?
In life?
Well, yeah, but I suppose in your business, I think more money. Not because you want the money, but what you do with it.
What would you do with it?
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what I do with it.
Yeah.
Security.
Yeah.
Somebody said to me a couple of weeks ago, and it wasn't meant to be a horrible thing, they didn't mean it as a diss, but in conversation after a training, they said, I've watched you, Dawn, and you're so successful and you've made all this money and you've been multiple 6-figure entrepreneur and blah, 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 blah. I've seen all the articles and stuff. She said, but I saw a picture on your Facebook of your flat tire and it looks like you've got like a Citroen C3. Like, I thought you'd have some big fancy car and house, and like, you know, I just wondered whether you were as successful as you look like you have, or, you know. And it was a difficult thing because we have been incredibly successful.
Yeah.
Every single company that we've been involved in, and a massive percentage, I mean, we haven't actually reviewed that for probably the last 6 or 7 months, but a massive percentage of our clients that we've been involved in have been successful on the back of the work that we've supported them with as well, which we can't really take any credit for ourselves, but it's still good to know that we're a good return on investment for people. Anyway, I maintain a home in one of the worst economies on a rented basis through situations that I couldn't control. I keep food on the table. I keep 2 kids in clothing and most of the mod cons of 2025.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a rescue dog, 3 cats when they can be asked coming home.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've got a little C3 car, and I haven't been in a position where I have felt it necessary to go and spend a load of money on a new car.
Yeah.
It's personal choice.
It's personal choice, yeah. I feel quite fulfilled with my life.
Yeah.
How it is now. Like, there's always, you always want more, don't you?
Yeah, I think
you do have to look at the little things in life, though, don't you? I do feel quite fulfilled. I did get rid of the big fancy car.
Yeah,
you had the big fancy car.
And it didn't bring me as much joy as I thought it might do.
No, because it was a constant worry.
Yeah, it brought me massive stress. I'm happy with the little Peugeot now.
Yeah. The thing is, right,
it's not that
little. It's such a nice car, Nat. Like, we are all still loving your car. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't even, from my perspective, it doesn't even feel like a downgrade at all from what you had before. Like, it's just as nice.
Yeah.
And it brings me more joy than any other car has ever brought me.
Yeah, well, that's what you need.
But then, like, that's just the materialistic things in life. There's other things in life that can bring you joy and fulfillment.
Yeah. I think for me, I really, really love being able to, and having been able to for the last, 5 years, 6 years, be able to work around the kids.
Yes. Yeah.
And like this morning, I was feeling like I might knock this on the head and say that we'd record this podcast tomorrow instead. And I might work from home.
Yeah.
And in that thought, I thought, what a bloody privilege it is for me to be able to evaluate the day and put how I'm feeling, the kids, what work needs to be done, and, you know, what I feel motivated to do ahead of the schedule. Like, for me to be able to send a message and say, hey guys, is it all right if we do the podcast tomorrow instead, so that I can get ahead with this and this, or so that I can sort Brinkley out or whatever. There was a few things in my head that I thought it'd be good if I could work from home today. And then when I looked at it, I actually thought it's no bother. Everything is fine the way it is.
Yeah.
But it's just such a privilege to even have that thought.
Yeah, to be able to do that. Like, if you did say, like, can we push it to tomorrow? Like, of course, we'll do what we need to do.
We've got the flexibility to do that.
That flexibility. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. And what I've always loved as well, and somebody asked me a question this morning at the hairdressers, and they were like, oh, so how long will you be in the studio today? And I realised that's a strange question for me. Yeah. So many people know me that they don't say to me, like, how long are you going to be in work today?
Yeah.
Because they know, and this is awful. Is it awful or is it wonderful? I just swan in and swan out. Do I or do I not? I think
it's more wonderful. Yeah. You are on a schedule, though. Like, you do the same each time, but that's just because we know what your needs are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you've worked your schedule around what works for you.
Yeah. You do go but you pick the kids up and me and Emily haven't got we don't need to leave to pick our kids up. Do you know what I mean? So,
no, but isn't it great to know that in the future when you do,
that's it. Yeah.
There's that flexibility there.
It'll be there. And you know, we'll look at the schedule, and the funny thing is, by that time, I probably won't. Or at least not to the same degree.
Yeah.
You know. So I get that from fulfillment. I think part of the fulfillment for me is being able to be creative. I haven't minded being creative, like, what's the right way to say it? Like, you know, somebody clicks a finger, like, design something. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I don't have to wait for the motivation to come. I find the motivation in the return that they'll get from the work being good.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah. Makes sense though.
It's not like, oh, I have the urge to paint today, because if I do, I'll do that anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't have to wait on a muse, if that makes sense. I don't have to draw from something. That person needs me is the motivation.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm needed right now.
Yes.
So I want to do it for you.
Yeah. And it's doing something that you love.
Yeah. Like I love this with one of the accounts. I don't want to mention because I haven't asked for permission, but one of the accounts that we're doing at the moment, whenever we have a conversation about the visual, I'm just like, oh, and we could do this and we could do that. And this would represent that person really well. And, you know, that person's people will love it if we do this. And it just, I don't know. It just, and that's fulfillment.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because that's bringing you joy.
I do think also, though, again, to be totally honest, there's ego in why I started a business. Massive ego. And I sense this in myself, and it's something ugly about me. So this is a flaw. This is not a good thing about Dorney. But I don't like... Oh, I'm going to sound like such a dick.
Just say it.
Totally outing myself. I know, but it's an awful fucking thing. But I'm going to be completely honest. I don't like it when somebody says to me, like, what do you do? What do you do? Like, oh, you know, and I'm going to sound like such a bitch, like such a diva, but I almost want to be like, Google me.
I'll give you my name.
And that's my ego. That's my ego.
Google me.
Fucking Google me. Like, I'm too important to sit and give you my fucking resume. If you don't know who I am, you probably shouldn't be speaking to me. No, that's awful. But do you know what I mean? Like, I can't stand it when people come into my DMs and they're like, oh, yeah, like, I do digital marketing. How long have you been doing digital marketing? Like, literally look on my profile.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but... You know, but it's not even people who should know. Seriously, people who there's absolutely no reason why they should ever know who I am. I'm still kind of like, oh God, do I have the emotional and like you know the energy? Because I think also there's the ego bit that's kind of like, I ain't got time to explain to you who I am because I'm too important to do that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh God, I know I sound like a dickhead. I'm so sorry. And this is a fatal flaw, though. At least I'm aware of it. Like, I catch myself in that moment going, oh, well, I'm Dorney and this is what I do. And, you know, and it's funny because sometimes when it's a very authentic or natural conversation, I will just talk about it happily. It's when I feel like I'm being interrogated, I don't like it.
Yeah, like you're in an interview.
Yes, I just don't like that stuff. The other side of it is that I find it really difficult to answer the question. I find it really difficult to answer the question.
How do you answer the question?
Well, usually I play everything down.
Which most of us do, don't we?
Yeah, but that again though, why does half my brain go, fucking Google me? Like, do your due diligence? Like, you know, it's not my job to do your research for you.
Yeah, so somebody asks me, what do you do? I'm just a graphic designer.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Only-
But
I
it's
think.
not.
I'm just a graphic designer.
You're a director.
I'm just a graphic designer.
You're actually a director, though. I'm going to say it for a third time.
Just a graphic designer.
You're a director. I don't.
Yeah.
I think you were there, just to remind you. You're a director.
Thanks.
You're bloody welcome. You worked hard for it. You deserve it. But yeah, like, so one half of my brain is kind of like Google me, and then the other half of my brain is like, oh, I just do a bit of digital marketing. I've got a digital marketing agency, and it's like,
just a little bit.
it's like two conflicting ego. Like one of them is saying boastful, like, I don't have time to explain to you, but then the other side is just like, I don't want to make myself sound like a dick and overplay it, and I can't get it right. And I tell you what, I bet you that both sides of that comes from confidence. I'll bet you.
Yeah.
The ego shows up in the lack of confidence. So I'm coming from a bad place, because it's a fatal flaw in my character, that something that I'm working on, that I could even think I'm so fucking important that I would be like, Google me. Because I'm not really that energy.
No. Never. No.
It's only that one trigger.
That one question. You're like, no, I don't know.
Maybe it is because it does feel like an interrogation and like a job interview.
I don't have, nobody ever created a word. Well, we did. We called it multi-potentialite. But then, when you say, oh, I'm a multi-potentialite, then you get, what's that?
Yeah.
So there isn't a sufficient way for me to fully say to somebody what I do. The answer to that is whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, day.
Whatever I feel like that morning.
Literally.
Which is not entirely true either.
Not entirely, no. But you have the freedom to do that.
Yeah.
More than most.
Yeah.
More than most.
Yeah.
I can't believe I've just outed myself on this podcast. But yeah. But then again, that's another thing, isn't it? Entrepreneurs online, perfect people that never put a foot wrong, holier than thou. That's not me. I fuck up all the time.
Doesn't everybody?
Well, they do, but some people like to keep that part secret, and they call that marketing.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to know what other people say to that, when like other entrepreneurs, when people ask them, oh, what do you do? It'd be interesting to see what they'd say.
Yeah.
I think one of the problems is that when you move into entrepreneurial land, you guys didn't come into entrepreneurial land the conventional way. You were hired by me, employed by me, and then one day I turned around and went, nope, it's time for you to be director, which was the right thing to do. But for a lot of people that come into this traditionally, they will see things and they'll get a mentor. And I'm not saying that there's been no mentorship within us as a team, because I know there has, but I haven't treated you as a mentee the same way as I might a client. But also, you guys didn't really have the opportunity to go and shop around for a mentor. You were stuck with me because I employed you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So when you go out into the world of entrepreneurialism and small businessism, when you're first walking into it and you're trying to figure out who's doing what and whether it's available and what you could do, and you're in that kind of like, oh, I don't really know enough to do it yet, so I'm still researching all the rest of it. One of the things that gets taught all the time, which I actually think is a bullshit exercise, is exactly that. Like, what would you say to Richard Branson if you were stuck in an elevator with him and you had 30 seconds? What's your elevator pitch? Go. And honestly, if I was stuck in an elevator with Richard Branson for 30 seconds, I'd do fuck all.
I don't think I'd say.
I would
don't really speak to people.
No. Stephen Bartlett said something the other week about it as well, that somebody was in the supermarket line and pitched him, and they took a selfie and they put it online about, like, you've got your opportunity, this guy pitched me, and all the rest of it. I would never
No.
When we were going to go and see Stephen Bartlett, all I wanted to do was say, all right, Stephen, not seen you for a while. You're doing all right. You probably don't remember who I am back from Social Chain, but it's nice to see you doing well.
Yeah.
That was all I was going to say. Literally, there would have been no way, no how. Oh, no, I wasn't. I was going to ask him what, if he was going on a long road trip, what snacks he'd take.
Just a conversation.
I just was interested.
A normal conversation.
I was just genuinely interested because we talked about that in the office that week, and I was like, I don't buy into it. It's like when you see celebrities. I've seen a couple of, not massive celebrities, but I've seen a couple of celebrities on the train when I've been travelling down to London when I was doing my jewellery qualifications and stuff. And people queue for selfies and all the rest of it. And it's like what we were saying about Molly May the other week. It's just, why?
Like, just have a conversation.
If you're a fan of that person, like a really super fan, what you could do is you could go up to them and say, hi, you must get this all the time, but I just wanted to let you know, massive fan, love your work, have a great day, it's made my day seeing you.
That's it.
And then move on.
It's a nice thing to do.
You know, what about the interaction that's not for your social climate,
like
that's fake?
If you want to be remembered by that celebrity, you're going to be more remembered by having a conversation instead of jumping in, picture and run away.
I wonder if somebody genuinely believes, like if anybody believes that if they was to meet Brad Pitt, they could go up to him like, oh, Brad, I'm your biggest fan. Can I have a picture? And he'd be like, you know what? I've been thinking about adding an extra person to my entourage.
Yeah. Do you want to join the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, take a seat, my friend. Get this man a glass of champagne and a stripper from the back. Like, do you know what I mean? That's it. And what good does it do you other than likes on social when you put that picture of you and a pissed off Brad Pitt?
Like yay, again, another picture.
Yeah. If I was in an elevator with Richard Branson, I would wait patiently for my floor.
Yeah.
Breathe
smile
air.
when you walk in to be polite.
I would smile and say hello.
Smile and wave.
And I might even say something like, didn't expect to see you today. That's nice.
Yeah, something.
You know, like, oh, that's made my day. Hello, you.
Yeah.
You're pretty, you don't know me, but I know you because you're pretty famous. That's it. I wouldn't be like, hey, Richard, how about letting me come and stay on your island? Let me come and have some dinner on your island. Like, no.
So you wouldn't. No.
Am I going to convert that man in 30s? And plus, do I have anything that Richard would be interested in? Would I want to go? Well, that's the question. What would your elevator pitch be for Richard Branson? I don't want to work with Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm sure he's lovely, but
it's not what I need.
It's not on my bucket list, thanks.
No.
Do you know what I mean? But it's just assumed. There's like this checklist. You must make 6 figures, which is now quickly turning into 7 figures. You must do this, you must do that, you must. And I saw somebody the other day who was saying, I am so sick of these bullshit checklists for visibility, and I felt quite called out by it because it was like these companies that will help you write a book and do a podcast and you're on social media all the time and you're doing this and you do it, you know, a speaking event and you do this and you do that. And I thought to myself, I said, yeah, all right. In my head, you could call us out for that, but we are in marketing. So if we didn't cater for visibility as the fucking minimum, what is the point of us? Like, what is the point of us? The majority of the people we work with as well are not looking for a 2-minute commercial in the middle of the Super Bowl. They're not our clients. We have sometimes worked with big companies, but what we do for those big companies in comparison to what they have for their marketing is a small fish in a massive sea.
Yeah.
We've done little bits and bobs for big companies like that. We're not the big fishes in and you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be.
No.
But like, if you look at those things, it's not a status thing. You having a book, I mean, it might be, and it might feel like it, and it's a nice thing, and you should have some pride in it. But most of the people that come to us writing their first book, and they're wanting to get that out there, it's not because they want to be seen as some fancy Sally, like they literally want lead generation. They want something out there that costs less than 20 quid.
Yeah.
That is a tangible, physical thing that your normal person would understand has a value to it. That gives value, gives their message, and gives people a taste of what it's like to work with them, to bring in more brand awareness and to bring in more leads. That's not necessarily an ego thing. I mean, some people might, I got a bit of an ego boost when I did it, but I think for most people it's not. It's a nice thing.
It's a nice thing, yeah.
Yeah, and it's available to you. It's accessible to you. And compared to it, like people will spend £65,000-£75,000 on an American coach who will sit for 90 minutes once a month and say, hey, everything you're doing is swell, kid. Just keep pounding the DMs, pound the pavement. Send the cold messages, do this, do that, do the other. And, £65,000 is a great bargain for somebody to show you all the shit tactics who gives no shits about you, but because they're sat in some office in LA, they've got this elevated value to you in terms of success. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But paying less than £1,000 for a book that will be out there forever is seen as some shit move that, everybody's doing on the trip. Yeah, because it's accessible.
That's it.
A podcast is accessible. Being on social media is accessible. People have limited time, limited budgets, limited understanding of how they can get out there, and we've just gone through a complete revolution when it comes to connecting with other people, because we literally have been through, an isolation where we weren't allowed to be in the same room as each other.
Yeah, that's it.
So all of those people that used to rely on, I don't know, Yellow Pages ads, or the small ads in, local booklets or newspaper or normal press or, physical business cards and all of that, that all tanked overnight. And there was very little people in terms of like the percentage of small business owners out there. Your high street stores being an excellent example. Nobody knew what to do.
No.
You had to find out and do something, quick. And also, I think everybody would agree. Everybody who's ever worked with me, everybody who we've ever freelanced with, anybody who's on our freelance team, anybody who's been with us, and any client, and probably most of our audience would agree, attest to this. I love the benefit, the secret benefit. It's not that secret. The secret benefit of the business things that you do. So why are you writing a book? Well, because you are the expert in that area and you have something valuable to say. And if you're being absolutely honest with yourself, after about 6 months of social media posts, you've got enough for a book.
Yeah.
So you're already doing it. You're just giving it away for free, doing it in a different way.
That's it.
You're already doing it. But, sometimes people aren't ready to hear that, but that's why you're already doing it. So you've got all of that. It's a legitimate, good thing for your strategy in your business. It helps in terms of like your identity, because so many of our clients are absolutely amazing, but they don't see themselves as amazing.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they see their book on the shelf of Waterstones or whatever, go,
it's a nice achievement.
Yeah. I'm actually the real fucking deal. And that gives them that
Amazon
boost.
bestseller.
Yes.
It's an achievement.
Yes. And then you get to sit with your old high school friends, and while they talk about the size of nappies that they purchased last week, or the fact that their husband might be cheating on them again, you're sat going, oh, well, my book got to bestseller last week.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a nice achievement for them. And it's an achievable achievement.
Yeah.
It is. And at the end of the day, that's the secret business benefit. It's the personal benefit. It's like for us, nobody can say that us going out to Ibiza twice a year does not personally benefit us. We go, we work, we squeeze a hella load of work into 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
But my God, just us being out there for that first 2 hours in the sunshine, we are different people, are we not?
Oh, definitely.
So good.
It's like a mental health break twice a year.
In some sunshine.
In some sunshine.
Yeah.
But it's not a holiday.
No.
It is a legitimate business
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
But
It'd be
my
a lot
God,
of work,
it
but
does
just
look
having, just being in a different environment
Mm.
with some sun.
Yeah.
secret business benefit.
Yep.
Going to a networking meeting,
Mhm.
especially the nice ones, having a cup of tea with somebody who understands what it's like to be an entrepreneur, connecting with that person,
Mhm.
making a friendship, secret business benefit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like, these are the things you want to be filling your calendar with,
Yeah, I agree.
because that's the fulfillment, I think.
Mm.
That's where the fulfillment
Yeah.
sits. Being able to go and pick your kids up, being
Mhm.
able to have those business trips, being like, you know, we have a couple of friends that went over to Orlando at the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
Being able to go do that.
Yeah.
That's a legitimate business expense, but you physically, emotionally, as a
Mhm.
person, get to experience it. It's not
Yeah.
just a business.
Mm.
And that's why I'm going to say it. I might regret it, but I'm going to say it. The difficulties we've had with somebody who's tried to create conflict and has gone after me and my business name.
Mhm.
We had a conversation about this. What is the business? Well, I'm the business. So on paper, you might be able to say, okay, well, it's worth this, or it's got this much asset or whatever. You actually can't take Beyond the Dawn down, because Beyond the Dawn is me.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's it.
So what you're talking about is an empty box, mate.
Mhm.
It's labelled that way, but
Exactly.
unless you're a human trafficker, you can't have me.
Pretty much.
And even if you are a human trafficker, you can't have me.
Yeah.
That will windmill.
I will fight to my own death. If someone tried to take you.
I love you too.
Don't mess with me.
It's nice. It's nice having my best friends and security guards in the same energy.
I'll
And
do the
business
same for you, Em.
partners.
So just putting it out there. I'll do the same for you.
We're running out of, because that's another thing, like, we're running out of things to call each other. Business partners, best friends, security guards. You two are definitely my unpaid therapists. For sure. For sure.
All day, every day.
So, just to end it off then,
Yeah.
if there was one thing that would make you feel more fulfilled, because I said security. So, like, for me, I would really like to buy a house that nobody could take off me, because I've only ever rented, and then when I have bought a house, even that was took off me.
Yeah.
It sounds awful, that. Not by the authorities.
Just to put
it
make
out
that
there.
clear.
I've not had it repossessed off me or anything.
No.
I'm just saying that
You're not in it
I'm
anymore.
not in it, and I don't, I don't
Yeah.
have access to it, and that's another story, because I promise we weren't going to talk about that on
Yeah.
the podcast anymore.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so that's what I would do. I'd have the security, and it's, for me, a lot of people might look at my situation and think, oh, she's meant to have made all of this money and she probably should be more fancy. But what you might not realise is that the life that I'm living now is completely and utterly maintained by me, like like on my own. I'm so alone, but I'm not alone at all. But do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a single mum of two, and I am involved in 4 businesses.
Yeah.
Sole director of 2, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's everything that I'm doing and all of the plates that I'm spinning, going and having a fancy car so that I can look like the shit on social media is not
the top of your list.
It's not on my list. If I was to be more fulfilled, it would be about the mental health and peace of the people that I love all around me. I'd want all of you settled in lovely houses and with lovely partners, and for us to get together and eat spaghetti bolognese and drink red wine on Saturday nights and shit. Like,
but when we get the collective farm,
yeah, I'd want the farm. I would really like the farm. I'm still on board with the farm.
Yeah.
But that's it. Just us secure in a way that we're going to be okay. And unfortunately, that does start with finances, but it doesn't end with finances.
Yeah.
So if it was one thing for you guys, what would it be?
I think yours is similar for me as well, like getting a house and stuff. Like, yeah, having that place that me and Jay could have together.
Yeah.
But then also the time and the freedom is a good fulfillment as well. Like, knowing that in the future, like you say, Dawn, like when the kids need picking up from school, like having that.
I agree with the time and the freedom to spend your time with your loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To fill your cup.
Yeah.
To the fullest.
I love it. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me again.
Thank you.
Thanking you.
I don't really know what this episode's been about. Fulfillment.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Ta very much.
Ta very much, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you for listening.
Don't forget to follow our socials.
Join our free group and let us know what you'd like to hear about in the future.
Join us next time.
Love you. Bye.